So, good morning, everyone. We begin with chanting Universal Well-Being. May I abiding well-being in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings release from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action, and inherits its results. The future is born from such action, companion to such action. The results will be their home. All actions with intention, either skillful or harmful, of such acts there will be the heirs. So we thought for today to continue with the topic on help for Ukraine or Ukrainians. It's quite uplifting and encouraging and kind of heartwarm to hear this stories upon the stories of the kindness and compassion in the surrounding countries around the Ukraine and Ukraine itself. And this, in the midst of this tragedy, our compassion still going strong. I can say in our terms that this bodhisattva spirit is still there. People don't lose their humanity. Even its opposite, even discover kind of amazing sources of kind of humanitarian kind of care, unconditional care. I was watching a very short video blog from one American guy who lives in Poland, and he says kind of report like 1.4 million Ukrainians cross the Polish border. And where are their camps? Where are their camps? Where all these people's gone? And he says they gone to people's homes. Very often, and it's very kind of an grassroots, not directed by special organizations or kind of government agendas. Responses of just ordinary people who going to the border and want to pick up someone and take to their homes. Kind of thousands of million and half people was invited to people's homes in 2 weeks, what is quite unprecedented completely. Like strangers, work with strangers to help to complete strangers find their place of refuge, shelter and home. So it's quite striking. I saw the President Ukraine Zelensky's wife actually came to Poland a few days ago by train, and she published on her Facebook page and a few pictures. One picture is very, to say, very uplifting. It's this, she wrote this, is the massive of children's prams on the platforms in the train station, more than hundreds of them. And she wrote that Polish mothers leave them for Ukrainian women because they know that they only cross the border with a suitcase and a child. It's quite amazing to seeing this. And I look at, and of course it's not just Poles, and Romanian, Hungarian, Moldavian, all these surrounding countries very helping, and other countries as well, Litva, Estonia, Germany, some people flying to Ireland, Sweden, and many other countries step out and help. I was kind of struck. The one guy I wrote in, I think he's in Warsaw, in Poland. Dear everyone, I'm Yugo Azuma from Japan and studying in Poland. I took 6 Ukrainians in the home. Therefore, I ask some financial support from Japanese. Then many companies and people from Japan and some other countries contact me and send me money more than I could imagine. That is why I needed to ask them to stop sending money, do not cause some tax problems. So far, I was giving food, underwear, donating many things at stations and refugee centers. Now I'm trying to make preschool for Ukrainians in Poland with those money. Because as I am a teacher, and at the same time I would like to give work for the children in preschool. Of course, I'm not forgetting about those are orphans and people who have no place to live. I believe place can be more flexible, but I don't want to leave my purpose. Let's me success. However, obviously, I need some public organization support to do it. I'm just student and I cannot do a lot of things, but I believe I can connect Poland and Ukraine and Japanese in Poland at least. If some of you know how should I do, where I can contact, or you want to help me to help people, please let me know. Every day I see how Polish hospitality is beautiful. Let me support a bit more here in Poland, he wrote today, 3 hours ago. Also, I saw some kind of a Buddhist accents. Few of my friends who I know, they run the Theravada Foundation in Poland. They wrote, to all people of goodwill, for several days we have been in contact with 2 Theravadian monks, Bhante Tida Dhammo and Bhante Rata Sila, who are currently in Kiev. They came there a few months ago to renew their passports, but also to try to create the seeds of a monastery in Ukraine. Unfortunately, the outbreak of the war shattered all these plans. They are men of recruiting age, so according to Ukrainian law, they cannot leave the country. Fortunately, they still have a basic shelter in Kiev. They also have food and drink. And there is a lay kapia with them, that is a person who, according to the Vinaya, offers them properly supplies what they need. As Theravada Foundation, we offer our help as a dayaka or financial donor, and the offer was accepted by the Sangha. So money is not a problem here. The most important thing is that these two monks could legally and without problems cross the Polish-Ukrainian border. You want people who promise to not harm ahimsa during ordination to be able to find a safe place in Poland, which we have already prepared for them. Buddhist monks help the local community all the time, organize meditation meetings, trying to inspire others with peace during air raids and falling bombs. But we believe that in the current situation, everything should be done to save them. And they explain how they want to help, send the letters to ambassador of Sri Lanka and so forth. And mention that Buddhist monks should not be in the army. They should not take active or passive participation in the war. The rule forbids monks even stay with army more than 2 or 3 nights. They cannot cross border illegally or be smuggled across the border. So the only acceptable solution would be to officially remove the obligation of served in the army or stay in the army, and to exceed the border in the diplomatic convoy. Please contact us and so forth. And it's very one sweet note. Someone wrote, to the girl who gave her refugee snail to volunteers yesterday at the Western train station in Warsaw. The snail is doing well. It's cared for. It eats. She will visit the vet today. If you ever want to get it back, contact me via messenger or post. You don't have to worry anymore. I hope this information will reach the girl. Please pass. Maybe someone knows her. She did not leave a bearing on herself, unfortunately. It was a very nice picture of of the snail, sorry, or the snail. You see, my English is still in progress. And maybe I want to just finish this sharing with the quote from the chapter number 9 of Avatamsaka Sutra, from chapter 40, the vow number 9. If a bodhisattva accords with living beings, then he accords and he makes offerings to all Buddhas. If he can honor and serve living beings, then he honors and serves the Tathagatas. If he makes living beings happy, then he is making all Tathagatas happy. Why is this? Because of heart of great compassion is the essence of all Buddhas, Tathagatas. Because all living beings, great compassion comes forth. From great compassion, the body-mind is born, and because of their body-mind, Buddhas accomplish equal and proper enlightenment. So stop here. And now we have a practice 3 steps, 1 bow.